Yeah, so let's talk about the King Diamond show, right? So we get there, right? Let's see, let's kind of set up the time frame. What time did we get there? So Kenny shows up at my house about 3. We head up K10. We drive up to Rainbow or whatever, and then we eat at the Joe's barbecue, which was really fucking good. We had brisket tacos, and I was starving, like my fucking stomach was touching my spine by the time we fucking ate and shit. And anyway, so we get there, we get in the club about, I want to say 5:30, 6. Sit there for a little bit. Of course, it's still a little bit early, so we had to wait. So I just kind of sat there and drank a soda and waited for Night Demon to come on. Night Demon did come on finally, and so Kenny finally, he came over from the merch booth. By the way, I went with Kenny, my friend from Wichita. Um, he actually got us the sweet tickets, which I'll tell you about here shortly. But anyways, we Kenny gets done at the King Diamond merch booth and comes over and he's got his drink and whatnot, and so we go down there to sit down, and of course they have to guide you down there. And we sat down, and Jesus fucking titty Christ, man, the speakers were like right by us, and seriously, dude, like I thought my heart was gonna fucking stop. I was like, yeah, this is fucking weird. The seat was like basically you're sitting there and the speaker is like right here and the dude's kicks are just going your fucking brain is just I was just like these are like fucking $300 seats. I was like this is fucking crazy. I'm going to die. I'm going back to where I was. So I walked back up there and then Kenny came walking back up there and I was like, dude, what are we gonna do, man? I don't know. That's fucking crazy. I don't want to die. And so we got some earplugs, jammed those babies in, went back down there. Everything was all good after you had earplugs. So just something you may want to know is if you go to the Midland Theater and you're gonna get set up close, you're gonna want to have fucking earplugs. There was this nice little Mexican family that was right next to us. I don't think one of them had earplugs. I was just like, you are tougher than shit if you're sitting here listening to this without earplugs. But anyways, okay, so Night Demon started playing, and I thought they were pretty cool. The really clean sound, really good technique. All the ingredients that a lot of people are, that are in that type of music are looking for. To me, though, really what stood out is what just hit me across the head is I thought they sounded like a really like kind of power metal version of Diamond Head in a way. They had really catchy riffs, and I was once I kind of zoned in on them and focused. I was like, wow, this is just 3 people. That's crazy because the guitars are and bass are just so tight that you have a hard time knowing it's just 3 guitars or whatever, bass guitar, whatever. Anyways, then Overkill comes out, right? And it gets even fucking louder. But thank God we have the earplugs in. And honestly, I thought Overkill kicked fucking ass. I mean, if you want me to be completely honest, they did look a little tired, but I can understand you're on the road, like that every freaking day. You're eating fucking ramen noodles or whatever. I'm sure Overkill's not eating ramen noodles, but you get what I'm saying. It's not exactly the healthiest life. Even if you are in good shape, you're still going to get run down. And not to take anything away from them, they didn't look like they were in bad shape. They just looked like they were a little bit road burned, just a tad. Other than that, their show was pretty. I mean, still fucking killer. It was still worth the money. You can't take nothing away from the show they did. But I could just kind of sense though. It just seemed like because I was like really fucking close to them. I was just like, man, it's kind of they wanted that energy from the crowd, and I think there could have been a little bit of more energy, but it was a Sunday night, and I hate to say this too, is like with the dispensaries all over the place and everybody, getting toked up and shit. I think people are just kind of like more zombied out at shows now. It just seems like everybody's just kind of like you got to really, get them riled up now. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. Nothing against people that like to smoke and shit like that, but it just does seem like people are just kind of stoned or something. When this Overkill got done playing, I was just like, really? Like, fucking, this is how you're gonna respond to Overkill? Fucking Bobby Blitz even said, yeah, like, so 7 or 8 people have heard of us, but it's just like, also at the same time too, when you see a band like that, it's kind of like, it's kind of jaw dropping in a way to where you are kind of just like sitting there like, whoa, you know, you're not really going stupid, because those guys, the way they play and put on a show, they've been doing it for years. So I mean, they're just fucking pros. I mean, if you want to see the best, I mean, Overkill's every bit as good as fucking Megadeth or Slayer, if not better in a lot of ways. But anyways, moving on to King Diamond, that was, I don't know, it was, King Diamond was just insane. I mean, let me think, where in the hell do you start? I mean, the stage show was fucking badass. I mean, he had this whole like hospital theme set up, and then I know I'm not gonna say her name right. It starts with the MYRQUR, or sorry, KUR. It's like Mirker or some shit. I apologize. I have the Midwest accent. I'm still trying to figure out how to say Achilles or whatever, that black metal band. I still can't. I'm still gonna get fucking my head chopped off if I don't figure that out. If I, anyways, so we're going back to King Diamond. So yeah, I mean, just a killer ass setup. Of course, the old school guitar players from Merciful Fate, and then dude from King Diamond. Um, God, now that I'm doing a video, I can't think of his name, but he's like huge. I mean, everybody loves him. Everybody loves both of them. They both played really fucking well. I mean, there's a couple times I was like, wow, man, I can't believe these old dogs are this good still. But, you know, it was just killer all the way around. And then the backup vocalist that starts with the M at the top, she like looked down at me or something, and like I was like looking at her, and I don't know if she was like seeing me, but she had this big old smile on her face, and I was just like, from there on, I was just like, yes, whatever you say. I don't know. She had like she had spellbinding qualities, because I was just like under her spell the rest of the show. So I did kind of stare off into space a few times watching her perform, but I mean, they just had so much going on, and to keep you entertained, it was definitely worth the cash. He didn't really play all my favorites, because I am just a wee bit of a poser when it comes to King Diamond, because I like the Puppet Master, and let's see, I like Abigail, and I love Merciful Fate. But the songs he did play kicked ass, so he definitely got the money's worth. They actually got me into a couple more songs that I hadn't heard before. Well, I'd heard them before. It just, they didn't catch me, you know, like, you know, when music catches you and you fucking listen to it, you know, 40 times back and forth. But the, what was it? The Witch. I can't remember the Witch, but they were playing that dun 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 dun, and it was just fucking, it was killer. So anyways, I don't want to take all your day up and waste your time, but definitely, if you get a chance to see King Diamond, do not hesitate to go. If you know, it's definitely worth every penny. And if you're gonna go to the Midland, just make sure you wear earplugs, or you might be fucking taking your brain home in a lunchbox. Later. Demons from hell seek the chosen one.